Hi everybody, welcome to Mindful Monday. There's a lot riding on our peak pose today. We'll get to that a little bit later, but it will help open our hearts, make us more kind and compassionate. It will help us to speak more clearly and communicate with our loved ones, and it's just going to change our lives. So when we get there, just know that this is a life-changing peak pose. But I was thinking today about language, and it was quite comical when I put on this shirt. My husband has been taking Spanish online, and he tried to read this French "Je t'aime," I love you, in Spanish. He thought he was trying to figure out what it meant in Spanish. So anyway, it's I love you. But there are a lot of words that get lost in translation. Words fail sometimes when we try to communicate with one another. But appropriately this morning I saw on the Today Show that there is one universal language. Guess what it is? Baby talk. When we're talking to babies across all cultures, we all lift the pitch of our voice, and we get all silly and stupid, and just we love babies. So there's one universal language, and I am here to say that yoga is another. So yoga, I'm known to say that it's good for what ails you. It's good for everything. So we're gonna stick with that proclamation and just move forward. So find a comfortable seat, and we'll start preparing early for our peak pose, which I'll tell you about later. Any seat will do. Prop yourself up. You can lift your hips with a blanket, or you can come to hero's pose as I am and just get settled. Feel the surface beneath you, supporting you. Maybe close your eyes, invite an inward gaze, and let your hands rest where they're comfortable for you. Start to tune in to your environment. Notice the sounds you hear. See if you can feel the temperature of the air. And appreciate the sensation of your clothes against your skin. Notice your natural breath. And this breath that is part of our autonomic nervous system just kind of comes in and out, and mostly we don't think too much about it. Start to tune in. Don't change anything yet. Just begin to tune in. Maybe even notice your heartbeat. Good. Now that we're all present here, begin to invite a deeper expression of the breath. So soften the belly. Close the lips gently and begin to inhale through the nostrils. Imagine that breath filling up belly, rib cage, lungs, rising all the way up into the throat. Maybe you even constrict the throat. And as you exhale, you might feel that or hear the sound of the ocean. Some call it Darth Vader breath, Ujjayi breath. And see if you can keep a little constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe. And then exhale, keeping that constriction. If it doesn't work for you, no worries. Just breathe deeply. And on this next breath, we'll breathe in slowly pause at the top of the inhalation. And then as you exhale, when you're ready, with or without the constriction in the back of the throat, keep the exhalation longer than the inhalation. No need to count, just intuit the length of the breath for yourself. It's going to be different for each of us. Let's take a few more of those long breaths, filling up and softly, slowly letting go. Good. Excellent. When your next breath is complete, just pause. See if you can notice. Already, we've made a difference. We've done it. Good job. We're going to come down to our backs to start, and this is where we will need our blocks. So move your blanket out of the way. Keep it handy in case we need it a little bit later. Come all the way down to your backs. Take one block, bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor, fairly close to your hips. Maybe reach down with your hands. See if you can reach for your feet. And then take the block and slide it, not between your knees, but a little bit higher so that you have the block between your legs. And then your goal here is to keep the block there. Don't let it fall out. We're going to take a few moving dynamic bridge poses here. So lift and spread the toes, press the toes into the earth. Take your palms and face them down. So you want to gaze up toward the ceiling as you gently lift your hips up. We're going to use the inhalation to rise and keep squeezing that block, squeezing the glutes, shoulders resting on the floor. And on your slow exhalation, lower back down. See if you can articulate your spine as you come back down. Good. Let's rise again. Inhale, lift. And exhale when you're ready. Lower down. So make it your own. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. We're going to add the arms. Make this a little bit more of a full body movement. So when you're ready, inhale, lift, arms come overhead, palms face up, and exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. Good, slow, like we're moving through water. I love that image, especially when it's hot out. So nice cool water. Just move with your breath. Keep the block where it is. Yeah. We're building strength in the adductors and the glutes. Good. Take 3 more. Yeah. Good. Awesome. On your third one, just lower down. Take the block out for a moment. Bring your knees together and your feet to the outsides of your mat. And just let yourself rest here. Take a nice big breath in. Then a long breath out. Excellent. We're going to take some windshield washers. So bring the right leg to the left and the left leg to the right, just windshield washing out those hips. Keeping the breath smooth. Good. And come back to center. Give your knees a little hug. Maybe rock from side to side or circle them out. And then we are going to come up to our seat again, but if you like, rocking and rolling on your spine. You can get a little massage there. You can come up that way or roll to one side and simply come up to your seat. Nice comfy seat. Good. And then come up to seated. I should say welcome Greg. Greg has been missing in action, so we're glad to have him back. Yay. Good to have Greg back today. Let's come up to a seat. Prop yourself up maybe on a block or your blanket. Let's take a big inhale. Rise up with your fingertips, sending them up toward the sky. And take a gentle side bend. Whatever side feels most intuitive. Take your gaze under the opposite arm. Good. Breathe in. Send those fingertips to the side. Get that side body all stretched out. And as you exhale, lower the fingertips to the other side. Reach in the opposite direction. Look in the other direction. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take two more, either side. Moving with your breath. Slow, as though you're moving through water. You can keep that Ujjayi breath if that serves you, or just keep a deep, nice, long breath. Good. And release both fingertips to the sky. Take your shoulders, bring them up towards your ears, and then round them back. We're working on our posture today. Take some shoulder circles. And if you like, you can go in the opposite direction. Good. And then release those shoulders down. See how much space you can make between your shoulders and your ears. Ideally, we want a lot of space. Sit up nice and tall. Draw your belly into your spine and then take your chin down to your chest. Good. Inhale, nose comes to sky. And exhale, chin to chest. Good. Couple more. Stretching out that throat chakra, which runs front to back. So it's on both sides of the neck. And then find that neutral position where the neck is parallel with the floor. And then take a gander toward your right. Notice your flexibility this morning. And then take a gander toward the left, keeping your shoulders squared toward the front. Just a couple more passes either way, just sort of waking up. Swallowing in the throat might release a little tension there. Always works for me. And then take your chin down to your chest. If you're ready, take some circles. Draw some circles with your nose. Good. And go the other direction. Really good. Come to stillness before you get dizzy. Leave one hand relaxed and take the other hand out to the side. And it doesn't matter which one, we're doing both sides. Flip your palm in the opposite direction. See if you can take it back to the small of your back. So your palm is facing out, but it's back on the sacrum there. And then take your resting hand, sweep it up and over, reach for the ear, and see if you can create a little more space in that shoulder. Good. Gently encouraging ear to shoulder. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe close your eyes. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Paying attention to your body and your breath. And then release. We'll switch sides. So take the opposite hand, palm faces out, take it back to the small of the back. One shoulder might be a little more flexible than the other. Just acknowledge that. And then take the arm up and over, reach for the ear, let that ear come to the shoulder. I'm not cueing right or left. It's safer that way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep those shoulders down. Feel that stretch. Slow breath in. Long breath out. Take one more. And then gently let it go. Shake it out. Shake your hands forward. Shake your hands side to side. I know you missed this, Greg. Shake your right hand right and left. Shake your left hand up and down. Shake your left hand left and right. Shake your right hand up and down. There we go. Our right and left hemispheres are all in sync now. So let's come up to tabletop and we'll start working the spine a little bit more. So pad your knees. And then let your knees come down under your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide, hands under shoulders. Dip your belly, lift your gaze, come into your first cow pose. Inhale. And as you exhale, draw the belly into the spine, tailbone tracks down, crown of the head reaches toward the mat. Good. Inhale through your cow. And exhale, round into your cat. Press the mat away. Good. Breathe in as you come into your cow. And breathe out into your cat. And just tune into your body as you move through a few more of these. Again, moving through water, slow. Staying cool as long as we can. When you come to that final cat pose, exaggerate it a bit. Bring your chin to your chest and really press the mat away. Draw the belly deeply into the spine. Good. Breathe in here. Stretch the lower back, the upper back, the entire back body. And then come to stillness. Find your tabletop pose. Maybe Sophie shake it out. We're going to take the left arm, reach it up. And as we exhale, thread it through. Come into your thread the needle so the left temple comes to the ground. Maybe the right arm reaches up, opening that shoulder. You can take a couple wrist circles here. On your exhale, take your right hand back down to the mat. And on your inhale, lift your left arm. Follow it with your gaze if you're able. And exhale it back down. Let's take that to the other side. Right arm lifts. And then threads through on your exhale, right temple to the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches. Circle out the wrist. And exhale, left hand comes to the mat. We can lift the right arm up again and then exhale. Send it down to the mat. Let's take our knees wide, big toes touch, and sink the hips back. Find a child's pose. Yeah. So this is another universal language here. Child's pose, good for releasing the hips, no matter what language you speak. Lengthening the spine. If you walk your fingertips forward a little bit more, you can really feel that spine lengthening, and then press into your mat with your hands and send the hips back a little bit more. See how much length you can get there. Good. Breathe in. You also get a nice stretch of those adductors that we worked on earlier. Breathe out. Sink your hips back. One more breath. Good. As you're ready, rise up, come back to your tabletop. Take your hands just a little bit forward of where they are. Tuck your toes. And before we rise to our downward facing dog, just let your feet get a little bit of a stretch here. You can lift up your knees off the mat or stay right where they are. Yeah. See if you can press those heels back as you claw the mat with your fingers. Good. And then when you're ready, when it's all said and done, lift your hips and send your heels back toward the floor. Move blanket out of the way. And just enjoy this first down dog. So notice what you're working with this morning. If you're like me, you might have some tight hamstrings or hips. Maybe walk your dog. Good. Send those heels back toward the floor as you bend one knee and then the other. Nice slow breath. And then find stillness here in your down dog. Try to relax your head, neck, and shoulders as much as you can. Good. Breathe in. And as you exhale, come up on your toes, look forward toward your hands, and take a gentle, slow, luxurious, wonderful, awesome walk into your forward fold. We'll meet together in the front of our mats, bending your knees as much as you need to protect your lower back. Then find your ragdoll. Good. Breathe in here. Maybe rock from side to side. Breathe out. Rock forward and back. And then find stillness here. Notice how it feels to be upside down. If it feels less than good, as in any shape that we make today, please come slowly and gently, compassionately out of your pose. Take your fingertips to the floor, bending your knees, slowly rise up. Again, like we're moving through water, and then take your arms out, reach up, look up if you can, if your balance is feeling really good today, and press into your mat to steady yourself, to find that foundation. And then bring your palms together, draw them down to your heart. Take a moment, feel the breath moving into your hands as you stand in mountain with prayer pose. And then release your hands, fingertips reach toward the floor, palms open, find your mountain pose. Good. In mountain pose, find your drishti. Look somewhere in front of you. Find a little spot somewhere that's not moving, not a person. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Take those shoulders. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit more than usual. Good. When you're ready, inhale. Sweep your arms up. Keep your gaze on your drishti and lift your heels off the floor. And as you exhale, swan dive forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to shins or blocks. And exhale, refold. Hands come to the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Reach up. All this is prep. On your exhale, take a hold of your wrist, whichever wrist feels right to you, and lean to the side. Inhale back up to center, and exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale, reach up. See if you can look up at your thumbs, and then flip your palms, take them back to your sacrum. Press that lower back down with the heels of your hands, and squeeze your elbows together. Lean back. Take a big breath in. Fill up that whole chest, the heart center. Fill up. And exhale, come back into your mountain pose. Good. Take a moment here. Palms face forward. Notice your posture. Take a filling breath. Fill up that whole area of the lungs. And then lift your gaze, lift your fingertips to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Step all the way back with both legs coming through your plank, your table. You can lower your knees. You can do whatever feels right to get down to your mat. And then take your forehead to the mat. Take your hands below your shoulders, spreading your fingers nice and wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press into the mat as you come into a Cobra. Little back bend, so take it easy. First, real deep back bend here. Exhale as you lower back down. Good. Sophie, shake it out. Inhale into your second Cobra. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower back down. Good. Sophie, shake it out. Inhale, third Cobra. Come up through your tabletop, tuck your toes, linger here as you stretch your feet, and then come into your downward facing dog. You may have to adjust on your mat. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the breath. I don't know what that means. I just said it. It just came out. Sorry. Lower your heels toward the floor. Inhale, look forward, come up on your toes, and decide if you want to hop, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Meet me in a forward fold. Release your wrists. Inhale, root to rise. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll move through a little bit of a flow. That'll be another preparatory phase of our journey toward our peak pose. So inhale as you reach. Look up, lean back. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step your left foot all the way back. Find a nice long runner's lunge. Come up to your blocks or your fingertips. So blocks here, super helpful. And shine your heart. Use the strength of those strong legs to hold you here. You may come up to your fingertips if you have your blocks. And then imagine you have that block between, as we did in our bridge pose earlier, imagine your legs are drawing inward, your adductors. And then rise up, keeping that bend in the knee, sending your fingertips up to the sky. Good. Drawing the pinkies together, coming into our Crescent Lunge. Good. This is intense. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands down to heart center. Lean forward and see if you can get your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And then press your heart and your hands to the right. Your heart toward your hands, toward the right. Little twist here. Good. Breathe in. Now you can take your hand down to your block, if it's there, your left hand, and reach your right arm up if you like. You can take your block to the inside of your leg. You can make all kinds of adjustments for your body. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back to center, recenter. Take your hands to the floor and step your right foot back to meet your left. Good, walk it out. Excellent. Breathe in, come up on your toes, look forward, step, jump, walk. Find your way to the front of the mat. Rotate your wrists, inhale, root to rise, reach up, look up, lean back, and exhale, forward fold, second side. Good, reach back, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. This time we'll step back with the other leg. Wait a minute, that would be this one, right leg. Come to your blocks or your fingertips. Shine your heart. Good. Find that long runner's lunge before you begin the ascent up into your crescent. So send your fingertips up. Good. Find that crescent pose where you have a nice shiny heart and there's equal emphasis on both feet. So you're pressing back with the right heel. You're keeping that left knee over the left ankle. The left foot is pressing into the floor. Good. Breathe in one more time. And as you breathe out, hands come to heart center. we'll come forward and take that twist over toward the left. So see if you can hook that right elbow on the outside of the left thigh, and maybe you open up, or you can find this block and use it. Sometimes it's helpful to take the block to the inside of the foot where you can keep it on the outside. Find what works for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly take the hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe in, come up on your toes. Breathe out, send the heels toward the floor. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Here we go. Open up that right hip. Come into fire hydrant. Maybe take an ankle circle. Excellent. Then look forward. Step that foot all the way forward. See how far you can get it up towards your mat. We're going to rise up again, crescent. Find that crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. And on your inhale, take a twist. Same twist. We've been here before. You can open up or you can use your blocks. Keep your hands to your heart. So many choices. Breathe in. And on your exhale, bring your fingertips to your blocks or the floor. Good. Rock forward and back if you like. And then step your left foot forward. We're going to take our feet wide, point our toes out, so the toes can even come off the mat, and then slowly lower down into squat. If this squat doesn't work for you, just come into the squat that works for you. So you can just take a little squat up here. So squat like a chair pose. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your hands to the mat. Lengthen your legs and then bring heels and toes forward and reach for your pinky toes. Draw your elbows out. Take a deeper forward fold. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly release. Rise up. Send your fingertips to the sky. Lean back. Look at your thumbs. And then exhale. Forward fold. Fingertips to floor. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Immediately lift that left leg up. Open it up, fire hydrant. Take some circles. Re-extend. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, look forward, step forward, rise up, find your crescent. No joke here. Send those fingertips up to the sky. Draw the pinkies toward one another. Drop the shoulders down. Left knee over left ankle, right heel pressing back. Take a full breath. Fill out that chest. Exhale your hands to heart center, and then take your twist. Whatever that twist is for you. So use your blocks, fly. Keep your hands at heart center. Good. Breathe. Nice. Nice. When you're ready, on your exhale, unwind. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Good. Rock forward and back. Good. We're going to come, step that right foot forward, left foot forward, come into your squat. Whatever that squat is for you. And then take your hands to the floor, slowly rise up, heel toe the feet hip width, and reach for those fingertips. We'll take one more forward fold, drawing the elbows out, bringing the nose toward the knees. So good for us. Excellent. One more breath. And then slowly root to rise. Rise up one vertebra at a time. You've got this. Take your arms up, reach up. with a flourish. Lean back, take a little back bend here, maybe more than little. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And just pause. So in mountain pose, let your mountain pose be sort of a nice rest. Lift and spread your toes and then press them into the mat. Good, breathe in here. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders drop down. Let your breath settle. Maybe close your eyes. Test your balance. You've got this. Good, nice big breath in. Blink your eyes open, bring your hands to heart center. Find that center of the body. So maybe it's the belly button you're thinking about. Maybe it's your core. Just allow that center to sort of be your way of getting balanced here. And then we're going to bring the weight into the left foot. Come up to your tippy toe on the right foot. And this might be where you stay. However, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, we're going to reach for the shin of the right foot, finding your drishti. Oh man, there's nothing but blowing trees out my window. Find something in front of you that's not moving. There you go. Yeah. Focus on that. So you can lift your knee up towards your waist and just feel all those little adjustments your body wants to make, even without your having to think about them. Good. Breathe in. Slow breath. And if you want to take this one little leg further, no pun intended, reach for your ankle, come into a quad stretch. You can also reach the opposite arm up as you draw the knees toward one another and draw that heel toward the glute. Good, breathe in. And slowly release on your exhale. Good, how did that go? I'm sure it went swimmingly. Lift and spread your toes, feet under hips. Let's try the other side. Good, bring your weight into the other leg. Come up on the opposite toe. Maybe this is where you stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you feel ready, find that drishti, that gazing point, that steady, dependable gazing point, and hug your shin toward your heart. Maybe it helps to engage the core. Maybe it helps to flex the left foot or the foot that you are lifting. Maybe it helps to just keep that breath steady, that gaze steady. Good. If you want to take it a little bit further for that quad stretch, reach for the ankle. You can extend the opposite arm, drawing knees toward one another, allowing that shoulder to open and the heel to draw toward the glute. Excellent. Smile, breathe in, and let your exhale be slow so that your foot returns to the earth with grace and ease. Good. Shake it out. Release. Really shake it out. We're going to come down to our mats. We're going to come down to hero's pose again, heroine if you're a female. And use what props you need to sit here. So you can put a blanket between your hips. And I want to talk about the pose that we are going to try next. It's Camel Pose. This is our peak pose. So I want to tell you a little bit about the benefits of Camel Pose, aside from the fact that it's going to make our lives, so much better. So it stretches the hip flexors, the pectorals, the quads, stimulates the kidneys, improves their function, improves circulation, helps expand lung capacity, increases oxygenation of the blood. It opens the heart chakra, helping us be more open and kind to oneself, compassionate with others, releases energy pockets in the spine and increases spinal flexibility, strengthens the core, legs, and back, It helps correct hunch posture as a counterpose to sitting, helps prepare the body for deeper back bends. It can also bring mental clarity and enhance creativity. It helps open the throat chakra and can reduce stiffness in the neck and the shoulders. All the things. So it's so good for us. So we've already stretched some parts of our bodies that will also be stretched in this pose. But I'd like to invite you to use your block again, if you have one, and come up to your knees. Always, I'm going to go ahead and do this just as an example. Pad your knees. So if this pose is not going to work for your knees, I suggest coming into a happy baby, because that's good. And so we're going to take the block and place it between our adductors, and then tuck your toes. And then use the strength of your strong adductors to keep that block there. Good. And the toes are already getting a nice stretch. Come up to nice and tall posture. Take your right arm. We'll start on the right. Reach up and lean back, and just see how it feels to lean back. So we'll get a nice deep stretch in those quad muscles. And maybe that's as far as you go. Good. Come on back up. Let's try that on the left. So keep squeezing that block. Inhale as you reach up. Lean back. Look up at your ceiling. So feel that throat chakra getting the stretch. And exhale as you come back up. Good. All right, so we can try that going one side or the other, or one side and then the other. Or we can try to take it to its fullest expression. So inhale as you lift your right arm, and then take that shoulder circle back until you find your heel. Left arm reaches up. Follow it with your gaze as you do the same, backstroking until you find your heel on the left side. So once we're here, wherever you are, shine your heart. Breathe through this and send your hips forward, your quads forward. Press into your toes. Exhale as you slowly come out. Good. Bring let your block rest for a moment. Take your hands to the floor. Let's take a cat pose. Come into that deep cat pose. Bring your chin to your chest, rounding forward. And then come back through your cow pose. And let's take one more camel. So if you have a block and you want to place it right there between those adductors, and then squeeze into the midline. Tuck your toes, shine your heart, draw the shoulders back, and then reach up with one arm. See if you can find your heel. Reach up with the other. Deep back bend, so only go as far as you are ready. Once you get there, lift your gaze, shine your heart, and breathe. Let's take 3 breaths if we can. Knowing all the benefits, this is so good for us. On that 3rd breath, whenever you're ready, come back out. Take your breath, block to the side. Keep your breath. Let's come into that cat pose. So chin to chest, belly to spine, press the mat away. Nice big breath in. And then exhale as you come into your cow. And then slowly sit back on your heels. Take your glutes to the floor. Wherever you land is fine. Send your legs forward. We're going to take a gentle counter pose. So this is going to be a forward fold. So if you feel like a strap would help, you can take the strap and round it, wrap it around. See how words fail? Wrap it around the ball of your feet, and then draw your hands back. Inhale to shine your heart, and exhale, find your forward fold. Maybe you walk your hands down your strap And find that place where you can rest. Surrender is a better word into this pose. Just allowing the chin to come forward, the shoulders to release forward, and smooth out that breath. Good. See if you can relax the back of the neck. If you feel like you want to let go of the strap and place it to one side, you can reach for the sides of your feet. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Just softening. Releasing. Letting go. Noticing if the jaw is clenching, see if you can soften there. Relax the brow. Let's take another full inhalation as we take our fingertips to the sides of our legs. I'll come back to the front of the mat. Let's go ahead and lay down where we started. Hug your knees into your chest. Enjoy that stretch of the lower back. Good. We're going to gently take the right hand to the outside of the left leg and allow the knees to fall over to the right. Take the left arm out and turn your gaze in that direction. Good. Soften here as much as you can. If you're still using that ujjayi breath, that constricted throat, good. It's a good reminder to slow down the breath. Listening to your own breath. Take one more full inhalation. And on your exhalation, draw the knees back into the chest. See if you can really give yourself a big hug. Take your nose towards your knee, curl up in a little ball. And then slowly release head, neck, and shoulders. And take your left hand to the outside of the right legs and gently draw them toward the left. Open up that right arm. Turn your gaze in that direction. And just soften here. Allow that right shoulder to relax toward the floor. Smooth out the breath. Listen to your breath. Take one more full inhalation, fill up that chest. And then on your exhalation, slowly bring your knees back to center. Hug them in one more time. Take your nose towards your knees. And then slowly lower your feet to the floor. Take your blanket, roll it up, and then place it under your knees, where your knees will be for Shavasana. And take your legs wide or wider than your mat, and just let your blanket protect your lower back there. We've done a lot for the back. And then scooch your shoulder blades underneath you and let your arms just come out wide, palms face up. give yourself permission to let go here, to relax, to rest in your Shavasana. Allow all the benefits of every shape we made, including our camel pose, to just integrate, uniting mind, body, and spirit. Language is symbol. Words ride on the wings of breath. Mystery, wind, and spirit. We live in bodies, feeling emotions, desiring presence, inviting prayer, developing a practice, connecting us to the powerful energy of love. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Bring movement to the body, wiggling fingers, toes, turning the head from side to side, maybe blinking the eyes a couple of times. And then as you're ready, roll to one side and just pause. Notice sensation. Notice nuance. Things you may not have noticed before about you, your body, your mind, your breath. And then whenever you're ready, if you're ready, stay where you are if you like. Use the strength of your arms to rise up. Find a comfortable seat. And just allow your eyes to close one more time. One last time, take a look inside. As you breathe in, feel the breath. See if it's moving a little more smoothly. And as you breathe out, see if you can ground into this present moment a little easier perhaps than at the beginning. When you're ready, take your arms up, reach up for all the goodness. Bring your palms together at heart center and draw them down to your heart. Take a bow to your own courage, tenacity, and goodness. Thank you all for practicing on this Mindful Monday. Until next time, here's another word, namaste. Camel up, it's hot. Get it?
More regular.
Yes, please stay regular. That's important.
No, really. Bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Mary. I see you.
Thank you. I like the camel as well.
Camel's good.
Really good.
Yeah, I love the camel. Thank you, Connie.
Good.
However,
Thanks.
I haven't tried getting up off the floor yet, so I'm
You can do it.